The gear teeth are going to be cut with a cut sweep, which is going to require a profile sketch and a path sketch. So first I'm going to create the reference geometry, which will just be a plane into which I'm going to draw the path on, and then we'll make the profile. So I need to go up to reference geometry and click on plane, and I want to offset a plane from the top plane. So I can click on the feature manager design tree flyout to the right of my property manager, click on the top plane, and then offset it by 0.95. I want it to be about right there. And I'll name this plane path plane because it's going to have my path on it. I need to start a new sketch on this plane to create my path. So first I'll create a center line from the origin up to the top midpoint of my part, and I didn't mean to do this line here, so I'll delete it. And then I'm going to do a midpoint line. I'm going to do a midpoint line from the origin, and I'll come out a bit ways past the depth of the part, and I'll apply a smart dimension to the center line and my midpoint line of 7 degrees, and finally place a smart dimension from one of the points on the midpoint line to the edge of the worm gear, call that 0.125. This is just to ensure that my cut sweep is going to go through the entire part. And I'm not going to do anything with it yet because I still need to create my profile sketch. So I'll exit this sketch and it will appear gray. I'm going to create another plane that is perpendicular to my path, and that's going through the endpoint of my path line. So I'll go to reference geometry and then click on plane. I'll click on this endpoint here. I'm clicking on the point. Not the line, but the point. When I click on it, I'm going to make sure in my first reference it says point and not line. And then for my second reference, I can click on the line. This is going to automatically create a plane that is going through the point but perpendicular to the line. That's exactly what I want. I want this plane, which is going to end up being my profile plane, to go through the end of my path and be perpendicular to my path. So this is what I want. My plane is fully defined. I'll hit the confirm, and I'm going to name this my profile plane. After that, I can start sketching on my profile plane, but before I do, I'm going to hide a couple of things. I'm going to hide my part. I'm going to hide the path plane, and then I'll get sketching. I'll start a new sketch on my profile plane. So, to start, I'm going to draw a midpoint line somewhere out in space, and then draw an upside down trapezoid. I will then go on to draw a center line from the bottom midpoint to the top midpoint, and then a horizontal center line anywhere connecting the two angled lines. Then I can start adding dimensions. From the bottom line to this horizontal line, I'm going to have 0.075. And then from the horizontal center line to the top horizontal line, I'm going to have 0.118. The lower width is going to be 0.055. The horizontal center line width is going to be 0.185. And also at this point, I'm going to make this this center line vertical, and I think that is going to fully define the size. And now I'm going to show you why I drew this sketch way out here out in space instead of drawing it on, like, instead of starting the midpoint on the origin. So I want to demonstrate a very common relation that exists between sweeps. It's called piers. Whenever you want to prepare a profile sketch for a sweep that's going to be along a path, you'll usually use the pierce command. This ensures that your profile is perpendicular to the path. Now what we had done is make a plane perpendicular to the path, so it's not terribly needed for us right now, but it is for other types of sweeps where the profile is not automatically perpendicular to the path. So I'm going to click on the midpoint of the top line, and I'm going to click on my line from my path. Now I'm clicking on the line. So you should see in your selected entities a line from a different sketch and a point from the current sketch. And the only relation possible right now is pierce. So I'll pierce them, and it's denoted by the green square with a little orange thing inside of it. The path line is piercing my profile. And now I'm fully defined, and I can exit this sketch.